So this video is about how to get the requirements for your product development. And this method I'll present now is how to observe people in situ while they are working in the field where you have observed a problem that you're going to work on. So again, I don't think a lot of students like using this because maybe it feels too intrusive on the person compared to an interview, because basically you're not talking to them, you're just looking at them, observing them and writing down. Looking at the good things about the observe in situ method, you can get a better and deeper understanding by looking at what people actually do rather than what they tell you they do. Also, it's a method that is good to identify compromises, issues, requirements that the user is not aware of consciously. They have gotten used to doing it a certain way to get around the problem. You need to identify ways of improving, and seeing that is much easier than getting it from an interview. So you get a better, deeper understanding. So the downside of this method is that it is time consuming. You definitely have to travel to the person, the user that you want to observe, or they have to travel to you. One issue that you also need to address and really think about is that users might change their behavior when observed. They might feel stupid doing it the way they usually do. Try to keep your distance, try to be as little intrusive as possible. If you can go on the other side of a window and let them be alone in the room, that might help them. The last issue with the observation method is, especially when it comes to following certain rules, safety rules, they will probably follow them when you are observing them. But is that still what they're really doing when nobody's looking? You have to think about that. So how do you observe people? How do you prepare for it before the observation? What do you do, or could you do, during the observation? And what should you do afterwards? So before the observation, you can determine if you want to follow a real life scenario or if you need to simulate it. If it's something dangerous, you definitely need to simulate it. But usually you get the best results if you just follow somebody in a real life scenario. Also, for the observation, you need to be prepared. So prepare the task, lay it out for them. What would you like for them to do? Then, during the observation, ask permission to take photos and video, but be discreet. Keep a distance as long as possible. Do not judge. Definitely do not comment on what they do. You can ask questions during they're doing something. Why are you doing that? But really think about, can this question wait for later? Okay, because you might make them think about something they usually don't think about. Okay? And after the observation, definitely interview away, ask them questions about what did they do, what did they think, was it comfortable, stuff like that. Ask away. You might have them do it once where you just observe and then repeat it, and then during the repetition, then you can ask questions. That might also be an option. You might also want them to repeat it more than once. If it is something that is normal for them to do more than once, you might observe that when they do it the third time, they do it a different way than the first time you're observing them. Okay? So you might get some deeper insight if you make them do the exercise more than once. After the observation, look for patterns, Definitely look for issues, any problems to address, anything you didn't expect. My recommendation definitely is that after you have observed someone, you make a storyboard where you, with like small pictures, show the process that the user went through, and then like comment below each picture what were the issues in that given case. Okay, that makes it very easy for somebody else to follow your observation and get into it. Don't just write a long text. Okay, use a storyboard with many pictures. Thank you.